You're looking very good, Prime Minister. You're looking relaxed. So I'm not sure if that's just the makeup girls have put on for you.
Very good.
They're very good.
I asked for a nip and a tuck and general facial reconstruction, but there was only about 3 or 4 minutes. Well, it was about 2 or 3 minutes before we went on. I think, as you folks say, when you go on, you're a bit in the zone. So someone comes to put your makeup on, you smile, and you're in the zone. You're just thinking. And but I think the lady concerned later today put online that she regretted her remarks, and frankly, I don't even worry about it. It's water off a duck's back.
Well, that was Kevin Rudd's response to claims he was rude to a TV makeup artist on the 7 p.m. project last night. It is still 7 p.m, isn't it?
The project, I think it is.
Oh, yeah. That's right. But right now it is time for In the House, and fresh from makeup, we've got Health Minister Tanya Plibersek and the Opposition Communication Minister Malcolm Turnbull. Morning.
Good morning.
G'day. Morning.
What did you think of that last night?
Well, I was on a plane coming home from
Darwin.
What did you think of it just then? Oh, look, I think everybody has minutes when they're distracted. I don't think it's... And the difficulty in our jobs is you meet a lot of people, but you only meet them once and very briefly. And so they form an instant judgment of you. And if you're on a good day and you're having a good day, that's great. If you're having a minute when you're not in your very best behaviour, that's their opinion of you forever.
But he does have form on this. It's happened before. And you know, the makeup artists here at 9 all give us their assessment of you guys, but not as an out-of-the-zone way. It's often we get told how nice the pollies are that come on, and they do get to see you guys in a real moment. This makeup artist obviously saw Kevin Rudd in a real moment and was seriously unimpressed, particularly compared to Tony Abbott.
Oh, look, I just think it's just over-interpreting a couple of minutes in someone's day at a very busy time in their lives.
You do say hello to people, though, don't you?
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
You don't think he's got that element of him?
No. No, I'd find him charming. I mean, I spend a lot of time with him. This last week I've been spending a lot of time with him making our, terrific announcement about extra cancer nurses and stroke care coordinators and out there defending Medicare locals, which the Liberals want to get rid of. And it's a lot of pressure. It's a tough time, and he's never anything but charming.
Malcolm, you ever not said hello to a makeup artist?
Yeah, I always say hello. You can imagine the consequences if you are rude to the makeup artist.
Hell hath no fury.
Yes, that's right. And suddenly you discover you've got a sort of a boozer's nose and you didn't think you had one, and all those things. Or your boozer's, your boozer's nose has not been covered up. You know what's really interesting about this is what social media has done to democratise the media. So if you go to a pre-social media era, so Kevin's rude to the makeup artist. She's grumpy. What does she do? She, tells her boyfriend or a husband or kids or something, tells her friends. Nothing happens. Maybe it finds its way to a newspaper, but it's very hard to run the story because Kevin would say, "Oh no, that's true. That's not true. She's she's biased," and it would never hit the deck. But social media gives her her own little megaphone, and she can express herself in a way that before Facebook and Twitter and so forth, she was absolutely voiceless. So it's this powerful democratising effect of social media.
As Kevin Rudd himself has found with his 1 point whatever it is million followers.
Yeah, well that's right. Well, we're having a discussion about this in the Clovelly Hotel. You should come on next Thursday, 29th. Has social media, turned us all into one big selfie? What is the future of politics? Is social media cutting the level of politics, Tanya?
We are doing a Twitter debate for our local papers this afternoon as well, which is another example of how people use it. But on the flip side of, yes, she has her own megaphone, don't you sometimes wish that you hadn't said that thing? I mean, I don't know how this lady feels about it, but sometimes you want to say something in the heat of the moment, and if you reflect for an hour, you think, oh, maybe I overreacted, maybe I was in a bit of a bad mood myself. Sometimes it's better to take a little break before you
But the pressure is on Kevin Rudd at the moment. I mean, the polls are looking bad. Queensland, which he was supposed to bring forward to the election and have all the winning votes, that's in real trouble. Western Sydney, where you are, you're in the inner city, but that's looking bad. He could even lose his own seat.
Well, it's a tough
Can I
campaign.
just say, it's a
We knew
very
we'd start-
eastern suburbs view of Sydney if you think Tanya's got a Western Sydney seat.
Well,
I mean,
she's in the inner city.
I don't think
Sydney
Pyrmont's
and
the
inner
western
west.
suburbs. Yes.
But it's a tough campaign. We knew it was a tough campaign. We started out behind. You know, the Liberal Party's been spending an awful lot on advertising. But, you know, the Prime Minister's a real fighter. He'll fight every minute of every day. So he's been up at 5:30 at the markets in Western Sydney today. He's got, you know, a string of things all day in Western Sydney. He's very good campaign.
Tanya, you're
You've
potentially,
got
though, look, in reality, I mean, and it's very difficult to know definitively what the polls are saying or what the polls are saying is going to eventuate on election day. But in Western Sydney, you're going to get pulverised. You'll lose Gough Whitlam's seat, which you've held since 1934. And potentially...
Let's not catastrophise just yet.
But that's how bad it is. He's saying 10 to 15 you'll lose if he has a good couple of weeks. He'll lose 20 if he doesn't. It's going to be a massacre.
Well, look, I think we've got 2 weeks to go. There are a variety of polls out there. Some are much worse than others. Some have us neck and neck. And our internal polling is a little different to the published polling as well.
Still bad, though.
What we are, well, it's neck and neck, and it means that people really have to spend the next 2 weeks focusing on what $70 billion worth of cuts means to the services they value,
Okay,
to health, to
What
education.
about the jobs
So
of
on the
workers
70
at
billion,
Ford?
Malcolm,
No, but hang on. What about?
What would your car plan do? You take
No.
$500 million
No.
out of the car industry. 36,000
Tanya,
36,000 jobs in Victoria alone.
Tanya, you've smashed the Australian car industry with the
That's
FBT
absolute-
changes.
the
I say,
FBT
you
changes,
say it's
Malcolm.
absolutely untrue. Ford is laying off workers, putting people
And
on
what's going to happen when you
part-time
take away car industry support?
This is why people are turning off the government, because you've got a policy. You change.
me?
No, because you changed the law. Kevin changed the law on FBT, which has made it much less attractive to buy Australian-made cars. Fords and Holdens, and
the law
the
is
consequence
that you
is
have to
men
use
and
your
women
car
are
for work.
losing their jobs.
You
They
have
are
to- you have
losing
to
their
take-
jobs
you have to
because of a
keep a
decision you
record.
guys took.
You
All right,
have
well,
to
you can
keep a
talk
record
over
for
the
12
top.
Malcolm, I just want to get one
Every
in for...
5
I need to get one in
years.
for Malcolm today. The top economist in The Age was around yesterday online. It said that he's done the costings, and it looks like there's 30 billion. There's probably going to be more, not 70 billion, but 30 billion you're going to have to find. Are you going to be able to cover that?
Yeah,
Be able to tick that
it's
off?
all been, as Joe's been saying, you know, day in, day out, this has all been costed by the Parliamentary Budget Office, and it will all be, the costings will be, you know, revealed in full when
When?
the policies are...
Midnight the night
When?
before the election.
When,
well,
Malcolm?
that's what you guys did last time,
Oh,
and
what-
But,
you
but
did.
you're going to
You
be
did.
better than that, aren't you? So when are you going to
we
do
are,
it?
Well, I'm not going to do it.
When is Joe Hockey going
he
to
will
do
do
that?
it in the last week, and I would expect early in that last week, so
Friday.
people
But
have got time.
pre-polling has begun. People are out there voting already.
Well, he hasn't had to do anything. They're going all right.
No, Lisa, I tell you what the problem is.
Does he have to do anything?
Hang on. No, Lisa's made a very good point, because pre-polling has begun. It began this week, and so people are voting. But the difficulty is in an election campaign, you've got to have something to say every day, and you've got to roll out your policies one after the other, and both sides do that. And you can't publish your costings on policies that haven't been revealed, because if you publish...
could always go
Publish
early.
the costings on the policies that have been revealed, and you haven't done that.
We have done that.
No, you haven't.
We have done that in the health policy yesterday.
Oh, it was one line. This will cost
Yeah.
$340 million, not where that $340 million will come from, not where the $3 billion that you need to
Well,
replace
we'll
the
never
private health
satisfy
insurance.
you, Tanya.
No, that's
And the only
probably
way
true.
Well,
those,
it
the
sounds
only way
like
those people at Ford
gotta
will
go,
keep
we've
their
gotta go.
jobs is if you guys don't get re-elected.
Oh, that is the absolute reverse of true, because you're
really?
taking
All right.
$500
Okay, you two might have to
million
take this
Last
one out of the
2
back.
minutes. If you just keep debating in the break,
Yeah.
we like that.
36,000
All right, we've
jobs
got to
in
go.
Victoria alone.
Fordo, what is the buzz?
Mate, I don't know
you.
why we're focusing on politics when footage has emerged of a pug bouncing up a set of stairs like a kangaroo. I mean, honestly, what are we doing? The buzz is next.